Imagine if you had a secret power that allowed you to read anyone's mind, their emotions, their thoughts, and even influence their decisions. Whether it's your boss, your friend, a stranger, or your crush, you could make them move according to your signals. This isn't magic, this is psychology, pure psychology, the same psychology that manipulators, leaders, and influencers use to influence people without them even realizing it. And in today's video, you're going to learn some of psychology's darker tools that can transform you from an ordinary person into a master influencer. But here's a warning. This video is for educational purposes only. Don't misuse this knowledge, because after watching this video, you may never see the world the same way again. Trick number 5, the reverse trap. People often want the very thing they're told not to do. This is a simple truth, and by understanding, you can influence people without forcing them. But how does it work? Think about it. If someone tells you, "Don't look behind you," what's the first thing your mind wants to do? Look behind you. Similarly, if someone says, "Don't watch this video," your curiosity immediately pushes you to click on it. This is the reverse trap, a psychological game where you don't directly tell someone what to do, yet they end up doing exactly what you wanted. For example, suppose you want a friend to help you with a task. If you directly say, "Can you do this for me?" they might ignore it or refuse. But if you say, "There was something I needed help with, but forget it," it's probably too difficult for you anyway. Their ego gets triggered. Suddenly, they want to prove they can do it. This is a mind hack. You didn't tell them to do it. In fact, you implied the opposite, and they did it anyway. It's powerful, it's dangerous, and many times people don't even realize that the decision they made wasn't entirely their own. Learn to recognize this impulse when you'll understand how this game works. Trick number 4, master of choice. You think people make decisions on their own? Not exactly. Most people choose from the options placed in front of them. The real game is won by the person who designs those options. Power isn't in forcing people, it's in framing their choices. Let me explain. Suppose you want your friend to go out with you. If you simply ask, "Do you want to go out?" they may say no. But if you ask, "Should we go to Pizza Hut or Domino's?" the game changes. Now they have two choices, but both choices lead to the same result. They're going out with you. They feel like they made the decision, but the direction was already set. This technique is used everywhere, by politicians, brands, marketers, and advertisers. Offers like buy one get one free or buy two and get 50% off create the feeling of choice while still guiding you toward a purchase. People often don't want unlimited freedom, they want controlled freedom that protects their sense of control. Shape the options and you can shape the decision. Trick number 3, the guilt trap. Guilt is one of the strongest emotions influencing human behavior. People often resist force, but when guilt appears, they frequently change their behavior on their own. How? Imagine your friend keeps promising to meet you but always cancels. If you say, "You never make time for me," they may become defensive. But if you calmly say, "I understand. If I were important, maybe you'd find the time," guilt may naturally arise. Suddenly, they begin reflecting on their actions. They might explain themselves, reconnect, or even apologize. The interesting part is that you didn't force anything. You simply reflected a feeling back to them. Sometimes people change their behavior when they see the emotional impact of their actions. Trick number 2, the emotional hijack. Most people believe they make decisions with logic. In reality, emotions often play a major role. This is what we can call an emotional hijack, a moment when fear, love, guilt, excitement, or pride becomes so strong that it temporarily outweighs careful reasoning. Think about political speeches. Often they don't just present facts. They evoke emotions, fear, anger, hope, or pride. When emotions become intense, people may make decisions based on how they feel in that moment. People rarely remember every logical argument, but they do remember how someone made them feel. Trick number 1, the power of silence. Understanding emotions helps explain why people make the choices they do. Psychology often highlights the power of silence. But why? Maybe you've experienced this yourself. You make a mistake, or you're nervous. One parent scolds you loudly. Another says almost nothing and simply looks at you. Sometimes that silence feels more powerful than words. Why? Because when there is silence, the mind fills in the gaps. People often assume that the loudest person is the strongest, but true strength is often found in observation, patience, and self-control. Silence can create space for reflection. When everyone is talking, the person who listens carefully often learns the most. Silence doesn't always mean weakness. Sometimes it communicates confidence, awareness, and control. These psychological principles can help you better understand human behavior and communication. However, they should be used responsibly and ethically. The goal is not to manipulate people unfairly, but to understand how influence works so you can communicate more effectively. If this video gave you new insights, taught you something valuable, or helped you understand psychology better, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And now it's time for action. You can challenge yourself over the next 7 days by practicing better communication, observation, and emotional awareness. I've explained the complete roadmap in the video. I will see you there.